God's awakenings. Let's rise together.
Laid bare shadows collide, hidden truths in the tide, a spark in the dark, it Illuminate, illuminate, through the fog the stars awake. Illuminate, illuminate, the path you seek, the steps you take. Thunder rolls, whispers rise, the deck unfolds, no disguise. Light cracks the veil, it shows what's unseen now inside. What's unseen now inside. What's unknown now ignite. Illuminate, illuminate, through the fog the stars awake. Illuminate, illuminate, the path you seek, the steps you take.
Hi guys, happy Friday. I'm so happy to be here. Mike, I'm glad you're in the room. That video just made me smile again. It's so professional looking. It makes me feel famous. Infamous, more like. Anyway, I'm so glad you guys are here this morning. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, and we have some actual better news this morning in our reading. So I'm absolutely thrilled that we've come a little ways again. And I hope Michael makes it to the show because we have to talk. All right, let me get ready to get started here so I can see. I hate these things. Ow, now I have my hair stuck in them. I hate these things on because all I can see is glare in the screen. But I can't read without them. So, all right. Let us get started. Let me get to the top and not start at the bottom. All right, today, our present situation. We starting with the Six of Wands. Let's linger with this card for a moment because the Six of Wands is not just victory. It's a full-blown character arc moment. This is you finally seeing yourself climb out of cycles that used to swallow you. It's you recognizing that you're better, wiser, stronger, and less tolerant of the bullshit than you ever were even just a few months ago. In love, this card says you've done the inner work. Now the outer world is catching up to you. But here's the twist. Sometimes when we start winning, we attract people who suddenly want access to us again. Old lovers, almost connections, exes who suddenly miss you, people who didn't clap for you when you struggled. Wow. Somebody in the room is listening right now. The Six of Wands says you're in glow up era and people notice. Some want to cheer you on. Some want to climb onto your horse and ride your momentum. Your job right now is to know the difference. Remind yourself to rise with confidence. Know that you attract people who celebrate your growth, not those who fear it. All right. Wow, that was directed at someone. Next up, crossing energy, the Seven of Swords. Here we have the test. Every glow up attracts a shadow. The Seven of Swords isn't always someone lying to you. Sometimes it's you lying to yourself, convincing yourself someone is better than they are, pretending you're okay with behavior that actually hurts you, saying it's fine when it's definitely not fine. This card is the sneaky inner voice that says, maybe I should just ignore that red flag. They didn't mean it that way. Or if I don't ask questions, I won't get answers I don't want. But growth doesn't come from avoidance. This card calls you out lovingly and says, what truth are you avoiding? Remind yourself to face truth with courage. Honesty protects you and clarity empowers you. All right. In the root, we have the moon. Again today, the damn moon. This card is the emotional underbelly of your reading, the subconscious landscape that shapes your relationships without you even realizing it. The moon appears when your intuition is loud, but your fears are louder. Your past is trying to repeat itself, and your heart wants answers, but your mind wants guarantees. You're not seeing everything yet. Slow down, breathe, listen to your intuition. This is the card of emotional patterns, childhood triggers, past heartbreaks, abandonment fears, trust wounds, intuition spikes, sleepless nights, replaying conversations. It asks, do you love with your eyes open or with your fears open? Oh, it's a good thing you're here, Michael, because we're going to have a talk later. Release illusion and trust your inner wisdom. What is meant for you will be revealed in perfect timing. All right. In the past, we have the Eight of Cups. This card is powerful because it shows the emotional bravery you recently exercised. You walked away or you detached and you finally accepted something wasn't going to change. The Eight of Cups is the heartbreak of choosing yourself, even when it hurts. You turned your back on something you invested emotional currency into, and that's not easy. This card honors your courage. It also validates that your current glow up didn't come from nowhere. It was earned by living behind what wasn't giving you emotional nourishment. Always walk away from what drains you and move toward what elevates you. Yes, the stagnation card for sure. All right. Next up, in your conscious goal, we have the King of Pentacles. This is your grown-ass soulmate card. Finally, this is stability, loyalty, follow-through, acts of service, emotional maturity, and long-term intentions. Someone who knows what they bring and doesn't need validation to offer it. You're craving safety and consistency, something you can build a life on, not just a weekend storyline. The King of Pentacles is the person who shows up, the one who means what they say, the one who builds instead of causing chaos. But this card, do you give the kind of stability you want to receive, or do you overcompensate out of fear? Remind yourself that you attract stable, grounded, devoted love because you embody these qualities yourself. All right, in the near future, the Hierophant. This is commitment energy, not situationship. Trying to see where it goes energy, not their confused energy, not I like you, but I'm traumatized energy. This is structure. This is clarity. This is tradition. This is defining the relationship, and this is alignment of values. You're moving into a period where connection becomes clearer, more powerful, and more stable. Something real is forming, whether it's someone new or someone already circling in your life. Welcome aligned, intentional, and spiritual grounded love into your life. All right. In your energy currently, the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, this card is you in your divine, self-made in your era. You cultivated independence, emotional richness, financial growth, confidence, and a sense of personal worth that actually radiates from you. People can feel your energy before you speak. You're not desperate, you're selective. You're not chasing, you're attracting. You're not begging, you're blossoming. This is, I know who I am, and it's a privilege to love me energy. Tell yourself, I stand in my worth, I am whole, complete, and I am magnetic. All right. External energy. The Empress. Talk about being surrounded by love. The Empress is abundance, softness, nurturing, sensuality, beauty, and divine feminine healing energy. Someone around you admires you deeply, or the universe itself is nourishing your love life. This is a fertile ground for relationship. It's the energy of I can grow something real here. This card also says if you've been in survival mode, it's time to return to receiving mode. Remind yourself that you are worthy of love, abundance, tenderness, and support. All right, now, sadly, we get to the hopes and fears. The Ten of Wands. This card of emotional labor overload. We continue to get this card again. You fear doing everything, carrying everything, always being the stronger one, fixing what others break, and being the emotional atlas of your relationships. The fear is if I love someone, will they be another burden? But the hope is the same coin flipped. I want a partner who shares the load. This card validates your exhaustion and calls you to release burdens that were never yours. Release the weight of what is not yours. Love flows with ease, not exhaustion. All right, and the Six of Cups. This is one of the sweetest outcomes you could get. This is soul connection, softness, healing, nostalgia, warmth, emotional innocence, the kind of love that feels like home. This could be a soulmate, a past life connection, a reconnection, someone who brings out your inner child, someone deeply familiar despite being new. And this is a gentle love, a stark contrast to the emotional exhaustion you've known in the past. Tell yourself, I welcome a safe, healing, joyful love that feels like home. This entire reading tells the journey of someone who has walked through emotional fire, survived it, and now sits at the threshold of a new chapter of love that honors the very parts of you that you used to overlook. You started by rising into visibility in the Six of Wands, only to be confronted by the last remnants. I did so well today without stumbling. The last remnants of distrust and avoidance shown by the Seven of Swords. The moon shows your subconscious still echoes with memories and fears, but your past choices show you're willing to walk away from anything not aligned with your worth, according to the Eight of Cups. 11:11. It's 11:11. Thank you for pointing that out, Michael. New beginnings. It's time, guys. And that is exactly what I named today's show. It's definitely time. Anyway, where was I? I'm going to read that sentence again. You started by rising into visibility in the Six of Wands, only to be confronted by the last remnants of distrust and avoidance shown by the Seven of Swords. The moon shows your subconscious still echoes with memories and fears, but your past choices show you're willing to walk away from anything not aligned with your worth, according to the Eight of Cups. English are hard. You are correct. You crave stability, shown by the King of Pentacles, and the Hierophant shows you're moving towards with structure and intention. Nine of Pentacles shows you've blossomed into an independent, grounded version of yourself, supported by abundant love energy that's surrounding you as the Empress. The Ten of Wands shows your only challenge is releasing burdens that are not yours, so that you can fully receive the healing, tender love that's coming into your life in the Six of Cups. The story is one of spiritual growth, emotional maturity, reclaiming personal power, trusting your intuition, healing past wounds, attracting stable, grounded love, and stepping into softer, more receptive era and allowing love to feel safe again. We have walked together from wounds to awareness, to emotional maturity, to empowerment, to aligned love, and to soft, nurturing intimacy. It's the arc of someone returning home to themselves first, and then receiving the love that matches that healed version. No, you didn't get a shut up, Michael. You're going to get enough of that later. No, I'm just playing. I love that. Look, we evolved. All right, now on to the homework. And this is so awesome that this is the card that came up for our homework today. I just grinned with everything that we have been going through. I just grinned when this came out. I mean, I even texted Michael last night. And I said, the reading changed. Our homework for the week is the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is one of the most emotionally rich images in the entire tarot. A vibrant rainbow arcs across the sky. Each cup is glowing like a blessing. The rainbow symbolizes an emotional promise, divine alignment, and spiritual protection. The 10 Cups, emotional fulfillment, abundance, harmony, and completion. The arc shape shows a cyclical, I'm not having trouble with that word, a cyclical journey ending in wholeness. This isn't a temporary moment. This is a completion of emotional healing. The couple embracing stand arm in arm, looking up at the rainbow. Their unified stance represents partnership, shared dreams, mutual emotional investment. Their hands are raised together in celebration, gratitude, and a shared future. The couple symbolizes harmony between masculine and feminine energies, within yourself and within relationships. The two children dance freely in a green field, representing innocence and inner child healing. It's joy, pure, unfiltered emotional expression, and the play shows the relationship becoming lighter and more natural. A house sits behind them, rooted in nature, stability, foundation, and safety. It shows domestic harmony and belonging. The future vision is long-term settlement. This isn't just a moment. It's a life you build. Don't make me say that sentence. A river winds through the landscape. This represents emotional flow, peace, and emotional clarity. The spiritual current is divine timing and purity to the release of past emotional toxicity. Guess what I did again? I totally forgot to unmute us on the radio. Yeah. Okay, we're unmuted now. I'm surprised Micah hasn't told me yet. This card speaks of emotional fulfillment, mature devotion, soul alignment, and relationship harmony. It's not just happy relationship energy. It's the kind of connection that feels destined, safe, and nourishing. This is love. This is the love that meets you where you are and grows with you. Don't laugh at me. It doesn't require you to shrink or bend. It feels like coming home, supports your emotional needs, and aligns with your long-term vision. It's the we survived the lessons. Now we can enjoy the blessings phase. This card is especially powerful when someone's been through trauma bonding, on and off dynamics, unreciprocated emotional labor, soul-crushing disappointment, abandonment cycles, betrayal, and emotional instability. That is weird because, I'm going to take a break right here. Micah, this is why you thought of crashing the studio in the background, because I'm fixing to ask you to take a few minutes and go get yourself freshened up and join me for my talk today. All right. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm asking you to do that. So that is why you had that feeling. Now, that is even weirder than all of the other stuff we were talking about earlier. Anyway, Micah, did you hear me? Hi, Diane. All right. So, okay. You just come in when you're done. All right. This card is, okay, we went through that part. Jeez. The 10 of Cups is the relationship that finally shows you why every previous one failed. It's not flashy passion. It's not chaotic chemistry. It's not karmic intensity. It's peace. It's joy. It's reciprocity. It's safety, and it's emotional abundance. This is the happily ever after card, but not in the fairy tale sense. It's in the earned healing sense. The shadow side asks, do you believe you're worthy of this level of emotional fulfillment? Sometimes the only thing blocking our blessing is the fear that we don't deserve it. Do you sometimes sabotage peaceful love because chaos feels more familiar? If you grew up with instability or relationships modeled through conflict, peace can feel suspicious because the other feels like home. Are you projecting past disappointments into future happiness? You may unconsciously wait for the other shoe to drop. Are you skipping steps because you want the final outcome? The Ten of Cups energy is earned, not rushed. Do you idealize future happiness as an escape from present discomfort? Real fulfillment starts within, not from another person. Follow what feels emotionally safe. Stop chasing intensity. Chase consistency. Chase peace. Chase reciprocal joy. Let your inner child heal. Take joy seriously. Play, laugh, express, create, and soften. Align your relationships with your values. What you want long term must guide your choices now. Let emotional fulfillment be your compass. No more settling for potential. No more breadcrumbs. No more situationships. If it doesn't add to your emotional peace, then it subtracts. Build a future, not a fantasy. Healthy love is built step by step. Little moments matter more than grand gestures. All right, I'm almost done, and then I will let Mike in. He's here. Or he can come in anytime he wants to. What am I talking about? All right, the Ten of Cups indicates family healing, emotional harmony in your environment, deepening friendships, inner peace, spiritual alignment, emotionally rich community, personal contentment, and long-term dreams finally manifesting. This card is your timeline is shifting upward message. It's a deep exhale after years of spiritual labor. You've entered into a chapter where you feel aligned. You feel grounded. You feel supported. Your intuition is clear. Your emotional world stabilizes, and you attract experiences that match your healed energy. The Ten of Cups vibrates at the frequency of unconditional love, divine alignment, and your inner child retrieval and soul family connections. It's the you have arrived energy. It says everything you lost is being returned to you in healthier form. All right, I'm skipping all these weird. Okay. In summary, man, this is the card of emotional arrival. Not because life finally handed you something, but because you became someone who can receive it. It represents healed hearts, balanced relationships, mutual effort, and future building and joy without fear. This is the universe saying, you've done enough surviving. It's time to thrive. This is your sign that the love, peace, and emotional fulfillment you've been praying for is not only possible, it's inevitable. All right, Micah. Where are you?
I'm right here.
Oh, do you feel called into the room unexpectedly? No, you expected it. That is so funny. We were talking this morning, or last night and this morning. We're so aligned sometimes.
At 11:22.
How crazy is that? Anyway, all right. This is the reason why I called you in for today, because I was up most of the night, and I was thinking a lot about you, Michael, and about the conversation we had the other day, and the conversation yesterday on the core. Sorry, so many shows in my head. I forgot which one was which.
Can't imagine why.
Anyway, so I spent a lot of time last night going over, and I'll say that something triggered me. I didn't tell Micah this yet, but something triggered me. I saw a post on someone's Facebook that triggered me. And I went, you dumbass. You're supposed to be done with this. You're supposed to be over this.
Yeah.
And so I spent the night getting over it. But there was something that came to my mind that is the reason why I wanted you here this morning. Because do you remember when we first started this show? Not this show. I mean, the Messengers. Do you remember the condition I was in?
Oh, yeah.
explain to Michael a little bit, since he wasn't around, about some of the changes, physically, emotionally, and everything else. Because he's feeling like he's stuck in that I am doing the same thing over and over and over again. And you watched me do the same thing over and over again. You went through it with me more than once. Help me explain to him how it changes. You can be brutally honest about what a mess I was. And the stupidity. No, I won't say that. Not stupidity, because I was manipulated. But some of the things that I did that now I can look
Talk
back
about
and go,
being put on
whoa.
the spot when you're not warned and still waking up. Oh, yeah. Hey, come and talk about this. What? Anger, fear, resentment, being lost, stuck, not recognizing, not knowing what to do, continuing to do the same things over and over again until I slapped her through the phone. Specifically one night when something had happened that was life-threatening. And I said, you got to get out of there. You got to do this. I don't give a fuck what he's saying. You have to do this. And so that journey began of removing herself. It wasn't easy for her. Not even in a little bit. Because it didn't end there. The stalking continued. The fear. The self-gaslighting. And the continued weight loss as if she had more to lose because she was so stressed. That was the bad part. And those are just highlights.
This has been years.
Yeah.
It's literally been years.
But step by step, bit by bit, putting it together. Yes, I just stole a song from Broadway.
Michael, if you saw a picture of me back then, and we'll pull one of the old videos or something. Oh gosh, especially that one video that we did before the show that we used to do as our opener. I'm gonna pull that video for you today, and I'm gonna send it to you. You won't recognize me.
I mean, neither one of us.
Oh yeah. I mean, Mike has been through a lot too, but the reason I pulled him in and the reason I'm talking about myself so much this morning is because I see you in me, in what we've been talking about lately. I see so much of what you're dealing with and what you're feeling in what I've been going through. And, here I completely thought it was over until, something got me last night. But then I took myself on a little journey, and I had to do this when I came home after the situations that he's talking about. It took me a long time, and there was a few nights, but one in particular where I found myself above watching the highlights of the relationship and going back through the emotions that I felt at the time, but also being able to look at it from without the fight or flight, without the fear that I was feeling at the time. All those things that I was going through, I was able to look at it from a more outside perspective. And when you look in from the outside, it's incredible what you find out about things that you missed or things that you just chose to ignore, or in all the buildup. So I did that again last night, and my relationship that just ended, no, it was not abusive. It was not anything
Not by
like,
textbook terms.
not
No.
by textbook terms. There, there was some things, but it was neglectful and whatnot. But there were some, but
It was a lesson.
there was a big lesson, and it really just kind of hit me last night. I mean, I've known, and it's been going through my mind on and off since all this happened, but there was a big lesson that really hit me last night. And the lesson was that after leaving the narcissistic crap, I had zero confidence in anything about me. In my singing again, in my looks, in everything. I had nothing left. That was the time that I was talking about. Well, it was but it was the main time when what I was talking about yesterday on the core, when I said I wanted to end it all. I just wanted to end it all because I didn't think I had any worth left. And then after I started healing from that, I started feeling better about myself. However, I also still lacked a lot of confidence. And where the crazy man lacked, this person showed me that not all people are evil. Not all people are cruel. That there are men out there and women. I don't want to, I got in trouble last night on Facebook for calling out men, but it's when I post, just to say, when I post something or say something, I'm posting it from my perspective. I'm a woman. So I've been through those things with men. If you're a man, sure, these posts can resonate with you just as much. Just turn it around. It's not necessarily about masculine or feminine, male or female. It's about how you're being treated. I can only post from my perspective. I can't post from a male perspective. So when
it might be your perspective. You posted from a human perspective,
right,
in hopes that it would be regarded as a human perspective, even though it was genderized.
right. So when I say this is just my perspective. But this man taught me that not all men are evil because I was terrified. He also pointed out a lot of my triggers to me, he brought up a lot of triggers in me that I needed to know were there, but he treated them with kindness. He was not cruel to me when something triggered me. He actually helped talk me out of it. And while he was not emotionally supportive and not there for me a lot, one thing I also learned though was I got the confidence back because I knew he wasn't somebody who was just gonna love bomb me like the narcissist did and say you're beautiful 24/7. If he said something positive to me, because it was so rare, I knew he meant it. So those little things that he said, I took to heart. And one thing that he said to me, and this is where the whole pouring in of everything comes, we talked about that we do, Michael, is one time that he said to me, you're the best girlfriend I've ever had. You do things for me constantly, like he said, I love your hands. Don't take that in a creepy way. They never stop moving. You're always touching me. You're always rubbing me. You're always playing with my hair. You're always showing me that you care. Physically, emotionally, whatever. And he admitted and said, you're the best girlfriend I've ever had. Of course,
now let's for just a second.
Yeah.
I want to point this out to Michael.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not keeping up with the chat, so not able to. So.
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with the chat. It's just something that I want to interrupt real quick on a point, because prior to the last one, what you were doing, you were afraid to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And while that particular part of your journey pulled you away from everything else that you loved, myself included,
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah.
Hashtag Papa knows. That's why that's why it exists, because I know that there's a journey that people have to go on many times, and it's going to affect me. But that's not the point. The point
No, yeah.
is that leaving the other narcissistic, abusive relationship that you were in, where you were afraid. I mean, afraid if you didn't show the kind of affection that they were expecting you to show at the drop of a hat, to go from that fear to just doing it. That is part of the journey as well, is giving yourself permission to step out of your comfort zone and be there in a way that you're not used to it being felt.
Right. And you can look at it like, I learned from that narcissist because he demanded it, but I learned from him how to be more loving. And it's okay to give it to someone who appreciates it, not demands it. So now I have that kind of loving nature. I always kind of did, but it grew, and I do it more. But when someone appreciates it, then, it's okay. But the problem became, when in this path that I lost, like you said, I lost myself in that one, because when he said nice things and did nice things, they were so far and few between that the rest of the time that I gave and did things and nurtured and whatever and got ignored, cried myself to sleep, sat there and thought to myself, why am I here? Told Micah so many times over and over again, if this doesn't happen by this time, I'm out. But we don't ever do it. We don't ever do it. That's why he had to break up with me. And he was pushing me to. There were little things now looking back. He was trying to get me to do it. He wanted me to be the one to break up. Call me into the bathroom because one of my hairs is on the bathroom sink, and God forbid it might go down the drain. Get in here and clean this one hair off the sink. There were little things that he was pushing. He wanted me to walk away, and I didn't. Now, he didn't want to be the one to be the bad guy.
Nope.
But eventually, he realized that I was the type of person that I wasn't giving up. And also, like I told you, the divine fucking stepped in and got me the fuck out of there. Because I would have spent another 6 months going through the same thing. Christmas would have come and gone, and my threat that if he leaves me home alone at Christmas, I'm finally going to end it thing would have happened, and I would have had another excuse. Oh, I'll just wait for my birthday. Oh, what do you see if he's not? I would have had an excuse every time.
And as Rev D said in the chat, trauma bond, punishment reward cycle.
Exactly.
And that's what so many people stay in a situation for, because you've heard me talk about this before. When it comes to falling in love, I'm gonna taint that a little bit right now. When you fall in love, it's a hormonal response. It's a rush. It's a chemical release that happens from your brain that your entire body feels. And as it dwindles, if these same releases don't continue to happen, do you still love the person? Yes, you have developed feelings and a commitment and a bond with them. But the feeling of in love, that's not permanent for everyone. I mean, there are some people that every time they walk into the same room together, they both have that same chemical release and they feel it all through their body. That's a fairy tale for many people. And something that people expect to be what makes or breaks a relationship. It's not.
Rev D just pointed out something really poignant there. Anyone
And
that
it's
leaves you
100%.
feeling like you're worthless actually feels that way about themselves. And that is the problem. And that's what created the trauma bond with him. Because he's got trauma in his past that he's not willing to let go of. I brought up triggers in him just like he brought them up in me. The only difference is I decided to face them, and he's not yet done that. So he does feel worthless. You can tell in conversations I've heard of him having with family members, of things he said, the way he talks to himself. I know how badly he feels about himself. That's what sucked me in, Michael. That's what we were talking about the other day. That's the empath in us that thinks that we can help them heal. But we cannot. He may have showed me my triggers and it helped me through them by, teaching me ways to, or realizing that they're not valid and stuff like that. But he can't do this whole healing process thing for me. I'm obviously not done. I was still there last night.
Yeah. And if you're afraid to love somebody else, is this person my twin flame, my soulmate? When I
I wouldn't
do
even cross that bridge.
when I do the intuitive rounds during my live streams on TikTok, and people ask me, am I going to meet my soulmate? Yes, next year or soon. Guess what? I'm going to tell you yes. And you know why? Because it's true. Does that mean that it's a relationship that you're going to be in? No, but you will meet so many different soulmates through the course of your life that it's crazy. The real question you want to ask me, am I going to meet my person?
Yeah.
And that's the question when you're with somebody and you don't know whether or not it's going to work. That's what you need to ask. It's what I had to ask in my last relationship. Is this my person? No, it's not. Do I love them? Yes. Have I loved every person that's ever hurt me? Yes. But were they my person? No.
That's one of the things that hit me last night. This is not my person.
No.
So
if in your travels, because I know you got to run, but if in your travels and your ponderances that are happening, because I know about them, ask yourself deeply, is this my person? Should I pursue this again? And if you feel no in any way, shape, or form, let it be.
that's kind of where I got to last night. It hit me almost literally out of nowhere, because these dates, the breakup date, the day we got together dates that have come for the past few months, of course they always hit me. Yesterday it never hit me, but it was 3 months exactly since the day we broke up. That's only half of our relationship, or that's half of our relationship. And I thought to myself, this 3 months has gone by so fast compared to those 6 months. Why is that? Because I was miserable. I spent so much time worrying, wondering, doing things, wasting precious energy trying to fix things and make it work. It was never supposed to work. It was just meant to teach me the lesson so that I could get to somewhere, so I can find my person and be me. No more giving half of myself away. Well, I'll give half if they give half. But I'm not changing for anyone. Bubble kittens, that's because I'm talking about a lot of us. Sadly, we think we're alone in all of this so often.
It's a very
And
widespread
that's,
human experience, unfortunately.
yeah, that's why Mike and Diane and I come here and share these things with you and get really vulnerable and unfortunately tell our whole life stories that not everybody appreciates, but it's so that you know that you're not alone. And
Yeah.
so that you can see that you can get through it. I will finish this. I'm real close to it. Because I won't do it anymore.
Just remember one thing. It doesn't go away. It's how you choose to look at it differently.
Yeah. Get in that hangman position. That should have been our card for the day.
Right? Instead of 8 of Cups, that came
Ten
up
of
a lot
Cups.
last night for a lot of people. 8 of Cups.
Oh, did it?
Upright, reversed, and sideways. Because a lot of people are going through, myself included, a lot of people are going through stagnation right now and having
Yeah.
to take a different
Oh,
look
yeah.
at themselves.
Bad hiccup.
And every time I see that 8 of Cups card, there is one story that comes to mind each and every time. And you've probably seen it if you're on Facebook. Wash the dishes twice. If you feel like doing nothing and your sink is overflowing with dirty dishes, and the more that they pile up, the less you want to do it. But if I run it through the dishwasher, it won't get them all clean. Run it twice. Keep running it. It's still going to use less water and save you money. But anyway, run it twice. In other words, just do it. If you feel called to do something that you know you need to do for yourself, for your house, for your family, just do it. And know that you have the capability.
So much so. And know that also if those days come up where you just don't want to get out of bed and you need a break, take it. I know
I
that
mean, you're lucky that I did today because otherwise I wouldn't have been here.
he knew it. He felt it. That was bizarre when I saw that you said that. We were just talking about how connected we are on things and how crazy. Because the font that he put in that thing, he didn't realize until later that he went and looked at a image that I had made, and we had used the exact same font. Like we're so
Same day,
connected.
around the same time.
Yeah. And then this morning it's like, and I knew before the show that I didn't know for sure, but that I was probably going to ask you to come on. And then he says, why do I feel this urge to barge into the studio? Well, because, yeah.
Well, I had actually felt the urge when you first started the show. I'm like, I had the thought, did she connect to butt? And I didn't check. But that was my thought. Doesn't matter how.
It doesn't matter why. He
It
was
happened.
wrong.
It happened that we were both like, I need to be here in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And that's following your gut instinct.
And that's what we need you guys to do when it comes to the relationships. Had I followed my gut instinct, that relationship would have lasted probably a week. However, I needed to stay to learn the lessons. And so I did.
Yep.
They happen for a reason. The narcissist, even that abuse, it happened for a reason. I'm not even close to the same person I was all those years ago.
No. And Bubble
And
Kittens,
still
what you're
growing.
experiencing is the absence. And Carrie went through this too. Feeling very alone, feeling very wrecked. Both times. Even though the
Bubble
first
kittens,
time it was,
If you want to talk, let me know. It's a horrible that especially after, my narcissistic abuse experience. He was also an alcoholic and a mean ass drunk.
But what you're experiencing is the void.
Yeah, the
And
bullying,
discomfort and the
and then
reason that it's so hard for people to move forward. Go ahead. I'll shut up.
no, it's okay. No, I'm remembering those days when I first left.
But
And I
it
knew
does make you feeling wrecked for a little bit. And be gentle with yourself right now.
yeah.
It's the body's way of beginning the healing and the
You've
release.
been in fight or flight cortisol buildup mode for so long. It takes the body a long time to flush that all out.
Yeah.
Just remember you're safe now.
Here's a fun recent reference for you. Just because it's back in place doesn't mean that it stopped hurting.
Yeah. I could say the same about my broken ankle. It's all pinned together. It works again. But it still hurts often.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Pain's not going to immediately go away. That was a signal. It was a signal that we need a little bit of soul meditation for the week.
You almost said soul truth when you drew a meditation.
No, I didn't. That's
Yes.
because I grabbed the soul truth cards first, because that's what we used last night. And then I went, oh no, we just used those last night. I'll use these today. All right. Wow. Okay. This is the first time I didn't pull it before the show. Anybody else wants a meditation for the week, holler at me and I will get you one.
I think this is your longest show to date, by the way.
And yeah, about 5 minutes. I told you this one was going to run a little longer.
And I've only got about 5 minutes before I have to head over to TikTok.
You can go if you'd like. You can go if you'd like.
I'm going to stick with you to the end.
All right, my man, sticking with me to the end. He always does. All right. May you know this moment. May you know this moment in all of its splendor. May you know that this moment is all that you have, so embrace its every essence. Wow. Let old stories and ideas and patterns that are no longer serving you drop away. Who are you today? And more importantly, who do you want to be in this moment? Savor this moment and live as the fullest expression of yourself at this moment. Joyful, angry, excited, sad, whatever is true in this moment. If it's uncomfortable, move through it. It will pass, and a new moment and opportunity will arrive. Whoa. Mish would like a meditation for the week. Wow. That was
While you're drawing
Mexico.
that, I pulled a Phoenix card. Radiant
Cool.
ambition. Let your aspirations shine brightly. Chase them with vigor. Let your aspirations shine brightly and chase them with vigor.
All right, Mish. May you know celebration. May you recognize special moments and milestones every day. Life is a gift and it is meant to be celebrated. Rejoice and honor all of your imperfect greatness. Commemorate all that you are and all that you will be. Make your life an event and revel in it. Hi, Nikki. You lurking?
She would never lurk.
Not her.
No. Not her.
All right, guys. That was a pretty big lesson for all of us today. And it was a difference, though. Like I said last week, it shows that we're progressing. It's not going to go perfect every day.
No.
And the pain doesn't just go. But you learn from that pain. And what you learn is important, and it's part of your journey.
Absolutely.
Forgive yourself. And if you're spending one single moment saying, why was I so stupid? Why did I stop it? Stop it immediately. You were manipulated, and you were led into a situation intentionally to cause harm. And that's not your fault. Forgive yourself.
Shift the dialogue. Shift the dialogue.
Absolutely.
Thank you for showing me what I need to know now.
Right.
That I didn't know then.
And
You weren't
thank
stupid.
you for teaching me what I don't want in life.
So how is it that I attract the people that I want? Ask yourself those questions. Instead of trying to affirm yourself out of a bad mindset. You can do that later. But for now, form the questions for your subconscious to start thinking about. How is it that I attract the people that I want in my life? How is it that I attract the people who are going to care for me the way that I need?
Care for yourself that way, and you will.
Right.
And we're blaming you. None of this was your fault.
I will say it doesn't work on technology, though. It only works for humans.
But it will work for you. All right, guys. That was a good show. I love you all. I will see you next week. I don't have the wherewithal right now to plug any shows. I'm sorry. I'm kind of woo.
Don't forget Riff with Tiff tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Yes, that for sure. I do want to say that. Yes. Riff with Tiff is airing premiere tomorrow morning. We need to see that.
Yes.
I love you guys. Like he always says, please love yourselves. We'll see you next week. Gotta find the way out.
I got you.
What's unseen now inside? What's unknown now ignite? Illuminate, illuminate. Through the fog, the stars awake. Illuminate, illuminate. The path you seek, the steps you take.
Hey, this is Brindle Wolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your nation, your voice, where dreams awaken inside. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.